Hello people YouTube, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to the Golf Club 2, and today I was going to make a putting instruction video, but I might do like it's going to be like a test range. It's going to be a practice putting green. Now there is a practice putting green on here, and it's okay, but I don't know, I just want somewhere where I can go and customize my putting green, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So you go to Course Designer. Now a lot of people might go, "Oh, I don't do Course Designer. I don't have any interest in building a golf course." You're not going to build a golf course as such. You're going to build a practice putting green, which is going to be better than any putting green that you've got. So I've actually tried this out just to make sure that I've got all the settings kind of right. You can see there on the preview picture, there's a big flat area. That is the green. So that's what you're going to be creating. So we go to New Course. And then there's only a couple of things that you really want to check. Theme and terrain, you don't really need to bother too much. Now, when you put this up, if you've not used the course designer, when I build a golf course, I usually start building the holes myself. I don't let it generate a course, so I don't have any of these checked. So just put everything to 0 basically. Width of the fairway, 0. Fairway bunkers, 0. Green size, we'll put the green size actually up to 100. And then green bunkers, no. Although we can, and this is one of the great things about this course designer, is that you can actually practice on it quite good. So we'll put, we can actually add bunkers into the green. If you want to play a bunker shot to a pin, just put a bunker in to a certain distance, and you're good to go. So let's apply. Let's exit again, and then we just click continue. And what that's going to do is just randomly generate some terrain for us. So there we go. Now, what we want to do is we want to go into edit holes. No, it's not edit holes, it's create and add holes. And there you go, top one, create holes. Now, when you've got this, you can actually move about here. I usually start in a corner, so I'll just make the tee here, and I'll go along here. This can be the fairway. We'll make it kind of triangle. We'll go there, and then just come up here and just put the green. And that is you created one hole, but you see there, you've got a nice green. And then all we do now is we come out, go back to the menu, and then you'll see a thing there called, I'll just come away from it, it's that one there, Sculpt Land. You don't even really need to move it, just press the X button, and then the X button again to flatten the landscape. And for this, I usually always just go with either the rectangle or the square. We'll go with the square. So press X, that engages that tool, and if you basically go up and down in the arrows, you can make it smaller, but we want to make it bigger. And to zoom out, you press the R2, L2 buttons in the bottom, and that's going to zoom in, or L2 is going to zoom out. And then basically, all you want to do is, you can make this as big as you want. I sometimes go for a kind of medium size, and then all we want to do is just bring this up. So you can bring it up, I usually just bring it up a couple of feet, 22 foot, that seems good enough to me, and press it, and that will probably flatten that area. And then all we do now is we go back again, create surfaces, so it's the second one down, hit that, and then you've got all these surfaces that you can put in. So pick green, pick brush, and then I just pick what I had before, which was the square, and then basically just open that up, incorporate the green slightly that you've already got, and just hit it. And there you go. What you've got now is a beautiful, extremely large putting green. We can go back. And if you go back to green settings, you see there that the slope's flat. This, for some reason, doesn't change. I don't know why it doesn't put some form of slope into the green, but I don't know. I don't know why that doesn't do it. But if you go to course settings, you can change all the tee boxes and fairway. But if you go to green settings, you can actually change the green speed here. And firmness doesn't really matter because we're only putting on it. So there we go. So that's like medium pace. We can go all the way up to fast. 8.5. That's 187 foot. But you can customize your. Now, first thing you need to do is save this. So we'll save that at the moment. So we go to save, and then it'll probably come up and say confirm. So that says, did that actually change what this was? Let's see. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to rename course. Right, let's call it practice. You can do this at the beginning actually before you do this, but I forgot to do it. So I'm going to call this practice putting green. Now, is it S or is it C? I've always called it practice CE, but I've seen it in this game as SE, but I don't think that's right. But answers in a postcard. So practice putting green. And basically what you've got now is an absolutely fantastic place to go and practice your swing. Now, that's us renamed it. Let's save that again. So basically we've saved this state, and this is probably actually quite important that you save from this point. So basically we can actually move this pretty much anywhere that we want. So let's just go here, let's go back. Now if you use playtest, hit playtest, and then you've got options, play hole, play course, tee set. We really don't need to worry about any of that. We just play from here. You pick a spot where you want to go and you play from here. Now this is a great thing to put into your course editor. Even if you don't build courses, you just play the game. Set this up because this is absolutely golden. So what we've got here is a perfectly flat putting green, and one of the things that you can do is really just practice putting a distance. So I really don't aim for the hole, I just really go with the feel. And I said, I was watching a live stream and somebody was asking for putting tips, and I said that I was going to make a putting video. Well, this is going to be this putting video, and mainly it's to get this putting green, because this is the best putting green that you can practice on, because you can customize the green speed. You can put in slopes, extreme to basically, quite nice, subtle breaks. You can practice just about anything you want on this, and I'll kind of demonstrate some of the stuff that you can do. But putting tips, well, to me it's quite hard to give putting tips, because putting is quite a feel element of the game in this. The only tip that I would probably give is get your putting distance, and this is a great place to practice it. And one of the tips that I use is, you do have a gauge in putter. You've got one gauge that you can hit off of, and that's your back foot. And what I mean by the back foot is your back foot there. So that's felt a really weird putt. Let's forget that one. So that's off the back foot. Now that's roughly a back foot putt, 22 foot. So on the fastest green speed, I reckon that a back foot putt is going to go that distance. So that's a gauge. Anything from my back foot to where my putter is just now is 22 to 0 feet. Anything from my back foot and out is like 22 foot plus. So basically, I know that if I'm roughly about there, it's about 22 foot, give or take, plus or minus. I mean, you could about even plus or minus maybe 3 or 4 foot from that, because you could hit it a bit from the front of the foot and a bit from the back of the foot. But I roughly know, and this is probably a good example here, this putt is 17 foot, 1 inch down, and I probably know that if I put that just inside my back foot, it's probably going to go the right kind of distance. And there you go. 19 foot it went. That was just inside my back foot. If I go outside my back foot, it's probably going to go 25 foot, roughly. Maybe 24, 25 foot. And that's really where you need to gauge. But the great thing about this is you can come in here, open it up. I'll even show you. Wait till I pop by. Maybe put 20 odd foot. Okay, maybe not 20 foot. But you can come in here and just putt to a certain number. And some of the kind of routines that I like to do is if you've got a phone, you can put a randomizer in it. And you can put like, say you can put distances of like 10 foot, 15, 20 foot, 30 foot, or 25, 30 foot, 35, 40, 45. And you can really go between like 50 foot and say 15 foot and just randomise numbers and press it and say, right, 25 foot, and try and hit it 25 foot and then put in a randomise another number and then hit that and just keep playing away from the hole and just putting to a certain distance. And within a certain amount of time, you'll actually start getting just a bit of kind of muscle memory, and you'll end up actually getting quite good at it. I don't know if you can actually use that. I was trying to see if you can rewind the shot. Hold on, I think there's a way. Just give me 2 seconds here. This is kind of, is it gameplay? No. Oh, where is it? I thought there's a bit that you could go controls. Oh no, do you know what it is? No. It's in the practice mode. It's in the driving range, and the chip you can put a kind of mulligan type shot where you basically play the same shot again and again and again and again. You can't do it in here. You can rewind the shot, however, which is good. But this area is going to be your practice area. And it's perfect for just learning putts. As I say, you can change the green speed, and it's quite a quick process. Let's go in. Let's edit the course again. If you go to course settings, and you go to green settings, and we go to green speed, we can change the green speed in a heartbeat. So we can go right down. So say you were playing in a course, and you knew what the green speed was, you could actually come here and just gauge your putting stroke. So that's going to be the slowest green that we can get. So we go back, and then you want to go to edit holes, and you'll get this cursor. Now it automatically puts a clubhouse in it for you, which I find quite weird. Come back out. There's the putting green. I mean, we could actually go here. I mean, you can actually hit shots from here. You could actually put in fairway. Because we've saved this, I'll give you some ideas. If you go to Sculpt Land, basically what you can do is press Sculpt Raise. Now it brings up all these brush tools, and you can actually pretty much use all of these if you want. But there's some really good tools that I like to use. These ones here are pretty good. This has got quite a lot of soap on it, and you can actually highlight this tool, and if you highlight it, and if you see down the bottom of the screen there, there's a height indicator. So if you press R1 raises, L1 lowers, And there you see, so say I wanted to have a putt. Now if I'm putting from the left of the screen there up, that's going to give me a 4-inch uphill putt. Now I can increase that. I could go a foot, 1 foot. So I could putt that, and that's going to basically generate a 1 foot putt. Now what I could do from there is, if I go the up arrow, I can increase this. So I can actually make it bigger. And that's going to actually give me like a graduated slope. So if we come out of that, go back in, sculpt land again, raise. These ones are really pretty good. You get ones like this, or this one. This can put quite subtle slopes in. And the reason why it was quite important to hit the save button, if you actually bring this down, let's actually put this in just for, right, let's maybe go 7 inches, right, click that. So that's put that on the course, that's put slope in, quite subtle. You can actually make this quite extreme. But let's exit out of this, let's go back to the edit holes. Now for instance, we can actually scout in here, and you can see there that there's very subtle break pretty much all over. So I can go maybe, there you go, there's 5 yards to the green. Let's drop it here for instance. Now let's go back, play test, play from here. Now I've just put in like a subtle break there, and you can go quite extreme. You can pretty much, you can really do any type of shot that you want. So here we go, we've got a putt here. Now if you look at it, yeah, we've got some subtle break, a little bit of movement here, a little bit of movement at the back, 20 foot, I reckon it's a sort of double breaker here, maybe a little bit more. It's maybe going to break a little bit more from here actually. Maybe just slightly right, left of the pin, sorry. So we've got a 20 foot putt, so we know that that's a back foot putt, and that's why gauging that your distance from the back foot is actually quite important. But we're on 101 foot greens, so I don't know how far these greens are going to go. So that's not a back foot putt when I think about it. So we're actually going to have to hit this harder. Okay, that was too hard. So what I can actually do there, I can get into my menu, press the options button, and rewind shot. So I can play that shot again. So I know that was too hard. Well, that was too hard as well. Okay, let's rewind that again. But we know it's so greens, but it's not going to be that extreme in terms of putting. So maybe just outside the back foot, and there we go, perfect putt. So what I can do here is I can customise this green to whatever spec I want. So it should bring us back out. Once we put it in the hole, we'll go back to our edit screen. Now this is probably, I think, one of the coolest things about this putting green. So say for instance, let's just go extreme here. Let's raise again. Let's go for that. Let's go for another tool. Let's go for this one, right? Let's maybe expand it a little bit. Let's cover the hole, and let's just go nuts. 2 foot. So there you go. I mean, if you zoom in there now, look at that slope. Now that is going to be extreme. You can go even more extreme than that. And this is how I actually build my greens on my golf course. I put slope in. I do it myself. And you can see there that that's actually quite. You can actually move that pin as well. You can move that. In fact, let's just. I'll show you that. If you go to this tool and you select move and move pin, you can actually move this pin. Say we wanted. Right, where would be a good place to put a pin? Well, really you'd want a pin not on the side of a hill. I'll maybe put it there. So there we can actually move the pin to a place where we want it. And also, say I say, well, do you know what? I want to practice a bunker shot from there. Well, create surface, bunker, brush, pick a shape, zoom out, maybe make it a bit smaller, put a bunker there. Maybe you can put a bunker here. You know, do what you want. Now the only thing that you can't really do in this game, which I think is quite annoying, it seems to, so for instance, say I wanted, right, I can't put heavy rough. Or can I? See? Because it layers it up. So basically rough, heavy rough, and then you can put, if I put a whole bit of heavy rough, I can put light rough on top of that, then I can put a fairway on top of that, and then I can put a green on top of that, but I can't put rough on top of a fairway or a green. It's all layered up in that order, which I think is actually quite annoying, but that's just me. But we could, for instance, if you wanted, you could put the pin here, and you could make fairway down here and have a, you know, if I move this green to maybe say like here, for instance, then I could actually make, like, I could practice my chips. You know, I could put a pin here and practice, but you're probably actually better just to move the green round about, and you can do that dead easy. Now, so for instance here, say I wanted to practice a bunker shot. Go back, in fact we've got that on it, let's go in the middle. Now you can actually go here, or you could go here, but we'll just go in the middle. Play test, play from here. And I can actually play a bunker shot from here. So it always gives you this preview. So there you go. And we've got a nice, like, quite an undulating green now. 14 yards. Let's put it out. Perfect. So you can place bunkers, you can do a lot of things. You've got a little kind of semi-tricky putt here. Not a lot of break in it. Well, not a lot of break, not a lot of length in it. And there we go. So you can really do, you can do so much. But one of the things, and this is why, as soon as you build your green and you've got it flat, you save it. And the reason why you save it is this. If I go exit, now remember we've got all this, wait till I just zoom in a little bit again. Remember we've got this, we've got the bunker, we've got the hills we put in. If I go to exit, and just exit, don't save it, just exit out, that is going to reset that entire putting green. We go back into courses, practice putting green, open it back up, go to edit, and then you'll start back from the very flat green. So basically, in a session, you can build up what you want, where you want it. It's up to yourself. So if we go back, and there we go, flat green. So just say for instance, right, I go to move. So let's move the green. So say it's probably actually better to have the green not there, but we'll put it here. We'll put it at the edge. So let's just put it there. Now that means that we can actually add rough. Now there's a couple of things you can do here. Create surface. So let's actually create heavy rough. Brush tool. I'd probably actually just go with the rectangular one, and basically I would just put this all heavy rough. Now remember, it's not going to put it on the putting green because the putting green takes top. That's like the top layer. So there you go. That's all rough, right? So then what we want to do is maybe put in some light rough. Again, I'm probably going to use the same tool. I'm going to bring it in though. I don't want it that size. I want it maybe want it there. There we go. And then let's put some fairway in. So again, I'm going to use the same brush tool, bring it in a little bit, put fairway. So now what we've got is, we've actually got quite a bit that we can do. We can hit rough shots, we can hit fairway, and we can also hit light rough, and we can also hit fairway. So I know this is meant to be like a putting tutorial, but basically it's building up the practice green. But I can actually play from here. So let's go play test, play from here. So we're actually going to be playing from the fairway, and we can do a lot of shots. We could probably chip this, we could probably pitch it. There's a lot of things that we could do. 38 yards. I reckon that's going to be pretty decent. Because you get about 10 yards of roll out with a pitch shot, roughly. Give or take a few. And there you go. Perfect chip. And again, you can add in slope here. You could really do a lot. In fact, there's a lot of slope in this green. Right, we're not actually going to put this out. So basically, I'll probably actually just exit this because I like having just the big green. I can customise certain shots if I wanted by moving the green and stuff. So guys, that's going to be the putting practice green tutorial. I might do some practice putting. As I say, from that back foot is probably your best indication. It probably is a little bit slower on the 101 foot greens. 187, it's about 22 feet that you get. Yeah, I was going to say yards there, but it's not, it's putting. But keep this in your course editor, because this really is. Now I could save this state, but I'm not going to. I actually want it in the middle, because I can move that. I can set up shots if I want. So again, it's just good to have. And keep that in. So I'm actually just going to exit this. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm not going to save that. I don't really want to have that bit at the bottom. So you can really go in and really just customise what you want. You can put slopes in. You can change some of those brush tools. You can have quite a severe slope. You can have it really bumpy, lumpy. You can really customise the green quite a lot. You can change the speed. You can just really do a lot more with it, and it's a good thing to have. To me, that's better than the putting green that you get in the game, because you really can customise it quite a lot and practice your putting. But putting really is a feel thing, and I probably will do a tutorial video. I don't really know how to do it, whether I do it on the practice putting green, because it's quite good to go in there and just putt to a certain number, and just get a feel for certain putts. But in general, on a golf course, you're not really going to be putting more than, I mean, like a 50-foot putt, 60-foot putt might be your biggest, and that's maybe like, you know, a 45-foot putt with elevation in it. So you're putting to a certain distance, and that's how I do it. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As I say, I'll probably make some more tutorial videos, because I quite like helping people. But that's how you make a course in the golf club or make a practice putting green. And it's good to have in your course designer, and just go in there and customise it. Do what you want. You know, you can make, as I say, put a bunker in, hit bunker shots, change the slope of the green, use the different brush tools. It's dead easy, and always remember just to exit and you'll get back to your flat green. So you can customise it for every session that you do. So hopefully you found that interesting, and hopefully you find it quite useful. And if you have done it and you've practiced on it and your putting's getting better because of it, drop me a comment. It's always great to hear people that come back and say that, you know, that's actually helped me putt. But it's really good, just a flat green for practicing your distance control and your kind of muscle memory for putting. That's probably one of the key things, is putting. If you're putting up slope, you're still putting at a certain distance. So distance control in this game is pretty key, especially a putt outside your back foot, which is like 22 foot on a fast green, maybe 18 on a slow green perhaps. But inside that is pretty easy. But outside that, that's where the skill is. If you can get lag a putt close from like 40 foot, then that's where you can make up strokes. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Have a nice day, take care, bye.